Okay everyone, let's get back into Blender, shall we? Last time on the Blender Learning Series videos we were laying out the coordinates for our prison tower. So let's delve back in and get going at that. So here's what we had and what we're working with. Let's make sure we know what we're working with here that we've already got selected. So that's what we've got done. And we just have these, which are these right here, aren't they? Yep. Okay. So what we want to do is figure out which ones line up with which. My guess is it's these two. Yep. And then the other two line up as well. So we'll just grab both of these and pull them down on the y-axis. Let me turn screencast keys on for you. And we will go into vertice mode and turn off sync mode. Now we just want to flatten all these vertices. So it's going to be scale on the X, 0, enter, and scale on the Y, 0, enter. Just keep doing that as we go around. And we will get all of these tended to. Zoom in a little bit to get enough separation between these two right here. Now that we've got it, we can make a bit more by flattening those out. Last one, there we go. Now, one of these sets is going to go on one side and the other is going to go on the other. We need to know which ones. So we turn sync back on, and we want this. Okay, it's going to be the opposites. So what we need to do is select this one. Oh, make sure we're in face mode first. So we're going to select this one and then this one. And we will pull them over and flip on the Y and then drag it down on the Y. And I realize I need to flip it again because I thought I was hitting the right keys there, but nope. Okay, now once again we've got to get things mirrored, or not mirrored, but lined up. So, because we did the wrong ones, and that's my fault for thinking it would be that easy. But not to fear. Okay, so there's that one. This can move down here, and we want to kind of scale it up similar to this one. So just bring it up like that a little bit. touch more. That should do it. Yeah. So now we're going to slide this one over. And we want to bring these into alignment. So we're going to flatten them on the X. Of course, it always works better if you're in the actual editing window. And do the same with this one. And drag this one over to where it kind of matches up lengthwise. Now just do the same with this one. So we're going to mirror this on the Y and pull it down on the Y. Flatten them on the X and the Y all the way around. And now flatten these out on the X. Grab the entire thing and pull it down over this one because we'll use it as a base to get it all scaled up. Just a touch more. There we go. And now scale it in on the X. That will do it. Now we just slide this all the way over here, trying to keep it in alignment. So lock it to the X as we're sliding it over. And that does another section. So pin all that. On to the next piece, which is going to be the outer facing. So turn on sync. And we want these. So go into face mode and start selecting. And an easier way is to Shift Alt click or Shift Alt right click on a edge, and that will select all the linking edges. So that shows us what we need are these two portions. So we will just grab what we need. Get them lined up properly with each other first. But before we even do that, we got to get them away from the rest of the stuff. So up there will be good. Now let's flip this one on the Y and then on the X and drag it over into place. Now to turn off sync, no, it was off. Now it's on. Okay, now it's off again. So let's start by grabbing all of these on the inside. Get all of these, and we're going to flatten them all on the Y. And let's pull them up on the Y just a little bit beyond that point. And now we need the next ones, which are the inner sets. And we're going to do the same. And again, just nudge these up a little bit. Now the last groupings. And up just a little bit as well. Now we need to flatten them on the x-axis as well. And this one needs to just be altered manually a little bit, like that. Now let's make sure these are lined up on the x-axis as well. Everything else you can do as a whole block and not worry about it, but those need to be done individually. And let's try to make it even here with the other one. So we'll just nudge it over a little bit, like so. And I know I'm flying along here, but as I have stated before, anyone new has got all the previous videos to go over and learn what we're doing. Okay, now we've got this done, so we can pull it down here as well. And now we need to kind of line these up with this section. So what I'm going to do is start it out down here at the bottom. And we're just going to take each section and slide it over to the point that it matches up. Alright. Now just slide this up on the Y and pin it. Just a couple of pieces left to go. Let's see what we're working with next. So, let's see about this one. That is the inner floor of our chamber. Then this is the one wall. And I'm going to guess this is the other. And then the roof looks like this one. Yep. So that gives us all of those. And this is probably the back wall. Yep. Okay, so let's turn sync off. And let's start with this back wall. Just move it up and over, kind of make it bigger. Then the side we'll line it up with the other side here. So we're going to mirror it on the Y, and then rotate it 90 degrees. And that should be good enough. So we want the let me back up. They don't need to be lined up like that. Like that. And then this one on the other side with the small portion towards the front. And then this is the floor, so we'll rotate that 90. Always make sure you have everything deselected before doing an operation. And flip it on the Y. So there's that, and then this is the roof. Rotate it 90. Now to get them scaled up appropriately. Just going to grab and move, locking it to the appropriate axes. Pull this down a bit. And then this one needs to come over a bit. Okay, now for this one, we're just gonna get it a little bit lower so we can use it as a guide here. And grab all the lower ones. And now we're going to flip it on the X so we can keep everything else lined up here. And slide this out on the X. And that should do it. If we overlap them, they should be almost match, and they are. So now we can flip it on the X again and slide it over. Now the floor, let's just move it in a bit closer on the Y. And there. Now slide this over on the X. Grab the other one, slide it over on the X. And this comes down on the Y, about right there. Same thing for this top piece. We slide it down on the Y, get it lined up on the X, and then we're going to pull it over on the X this way. Same thing over here. So those are lined up. And now just pull it down on the Y to get the height. And for that, we're just going to scale it on the Y. Alright, now slide it back up on the Y. And this one needs to come over just a touch. Moved it a bit too far. So about right there. All right, we can reselect everything, move this set up into place, and pin it. And with that, this session of the Blender Learning Series is at an end. I will see you all in the next one. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. If you did, right here, let's move my head over, there we go, right here is going to be another video in the future for the next in this particular series. And over here is going to be the previous video in this series, along with a subscribe button down below it. So feel free to give that a hit, and be sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. And let's see. Oh yeah, be sure to leave a comment. I'd appreciate knowing what your thoughts are. Until the next one, everyone.